Okay, this is Joseph Reynoso in Psychology 301, Week 6 role play video. And this week was focusing on how silence and the use of quick prompts could be used to your benefit in counseling and how that plays out. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to be the person who is using the silence and the quick prompt cues. And go ahead.
All right. So, growing up, I first was in second grade, and I remember wanting a dog, but my parents never said, okay, we're going to go get a dog, and we're going to go pick it out. It was nothing like that. We came home one day from the bus, and my parents have a long driveway, and we used to walk up the hill to get home every day. And I remember my older sister Megan just stopped in the middle of the driveway, and she was way far ahead, and we didn't know why she stopped. And the reason was because my mom walked down with this little puppy, and they didn't tell us that they were going to give us a puppy or anything like that. And that was Fluffy, and she was a Wheaten Terrier, and she was 30 pounds, and she was perfect. And she's the best dog in the whole entire world, except for that she ran away.
Okay.
So my dad had to put up little runs in the front and the backyard so she could go out and stuff and play. But you had to clip her in every single time because our yard wasn't fenced at the time. And then she would always get tangled around trees, and then you'd always have to go untangle her in the pouring rain, the snow, and whatever. So she wasn't like the smartest dog at all, but she was very sweet. She used to pee and poop in the house. I guess she wasn't a very good dog like that, but she was good to us, and we had her forever. We got a cat shortly after that. We got to pick up the cat. I remember I called. My mom said we could get a cat, but she wasn't going to do anything about it. So she gave me a phone book. I don't even know how I knew this person, but she said, go look up this person's name and call them. And so I had to call this lady and ask about the kittens. And I talked to her, and she said, oh yeah, they're free or whatever. And we got to go pick up a kitten. So we picked him up. His name was Mittens. He was gray and he had white feet, and he had super, super long hair, and he was a really weird cat. He didn't like to be held. He didn't want to have anything to do with us, ever. He just kind of hung out. And we had him for a very long time too. And I remember coming back from vacation to Bend. I still don't know why my parents did this, but apparently they thought that I specifically needed a pet of my own. I don't know why, and this was also a surprise pet. So we came home from vacation, and there was a cage in the kitchen, and it was only for me. I don't know why, I have to ask her, but it was a guinea pig. And they're like, we thought you were a guinea pig. I'm like, okay. I never wanted a guinea pig. I didn't even know what a guinea pig was, I don't think. It was in third grade. I was like, okay, thank you. And he was tiny and was really scared, so I named him Bashful. So we had Bashful for a while, and he ate carrots and lettuce and stuff like that, and he made weird sounds. And then I guess a year later, we got two bunnies, and they were both white, and one was named Snowball, and that's the one that we named, and then my older sister named the other one Samantha. I have no idea why she named it Samantha. So Snowball and Samantha, and those were our pets growing up. So we had Fluffy the dog.
And how about the pets they have now?
The pets they have now they have Kona, and Kona's a Portuguese water dog, and she's 6 or something. And that's my dad's dog. It's supposed to be my dad's dog. She was supposed to do well in the water, but she's scared of the water. And then that's it. My sister has a dog named Chloe. but those are the only pets they have.
And how are they treated?
Oh, like humans. They're treated the best ever.
That's very good. Okay, so let's take a second now and reflect on that session. So you were telling me all about your pets growing up and now, and the different stories of how you guys came to acquire the pets and how you guys treated the pets and what they meant. So pretty much you told your story for the 5 minutes. I nodded my head a lot, said and laughed, and asked a couple cues and prompts to get some more information. But how did it feel for you, the fact that I really wasn't talking much or asking any direct questions?
It was fun.
Because you were telling your story, and did you feel like you had to dig further and go into more detail, or just natural flow?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was natural.
Okay, so let's go into me telling you the story about the pets. So, my story compared to yours, as I told you, is kind of sad and funny because yes, we had pets, but we never kept them for very long, and it was all kind of crazy. So, starting off with the first time we had a dog, I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, and I think we had told my mom that we really wanted it, and she kept saying that if we did get it, it would be our responsibility to take it out, feed it, take it for walks, make sure it doesn't go poop in the house, all those different things. So of course we said yes, yes, yes. But all we wanted to do was play with the dog. We really never got in any routine, any schedule. Nobody took it out the times they're supposed to, so my mom ended up having to do all the work with it.
Right.
So once she just threatened us that if we don't do it, pick up with it, that she was going to get rid of the dog. And she did. And, maybe it took about 3 or 4 or 5 months, and she got rid of the dog. And then same routine. Another year went by, and then she got another dog, same thing, same exact routine. She would get rid of it again. So there's probably about 4 different times that she had gotten dogs. And that's the role that I played in the family. I don't know, was just everybody wanted to love on it, but nobody wanted to deal with the work. So then my mom ended up, raising us, working full time, and she ended up can't deal with it and got rid of the dog because she's a neat freak and can't take the smell and the cleaning up. So that's what ended up happening with all our dogs. We never had any fish, we never had any hamsters, we never had any birds or cats or any other kind of pets other than the couple of dogs that we had. And the moral, the theme of it every time was that it never was with us for more than a year. So you basically learned as time went on to not even attach too much of a bond to it because you knew that you weren't going to get to keep it.
That's terrible.
So that's definitely what happened with my pets. So moving on to now. So I wouldn't mind getting a pet now. I know Rebecca wants a pet. Our whole situation is we're not allowed to have pets right now in this apartment where we rent. Our plan was to hopefully next time have a fenced yard and be able to have pets at our next place. Our next place is probably coming within a year from today because we want to move into a 3-bedroom with the new baby coming soon. So things are looking bright. I know that I probably do not want to get a cat. And I'm not a cat hater, but not exactly a cat lover either. I always loved dogs, and then because of the childhood memories of what that looks like, I say that because we're going to have a brand new born child and we're going to have Rebecca who's not even responsible enough to pick up her clothes after she takes a shower. So when we go and get one, we'll still tell her to be involved, but I think we need to know that once we commit to it, it means that if we are the ones who have to do everything, then we do everything, or else we don't get the dog. So it's no back and forth with it. We just take the responsibility and make sure that the dog's well taken care of, potty trained, takes on walks, and everything else that needs to be done. So that's where we're at for me in the past and the present, possibly going into the future on getting a pet. And as far as how it would mean and fit the family structure, I want the pet to be a long-term family companion that everybody gets attached to and treats with respect, and just have a really, really good pet, go on our family outings, get treated really, really well. So that wraps up my story. So most of the time I noticed you were kind of just inhuming and making eye contact and letting me know that you're getting everything and just to keep rolling forward with the story. So I'd say in reflection to that, it was not awkward. It didn't feel forced. I just kept wanting to think of more details. I didn't have a lot of details because from the past, like I said, That's part of the story that we never could keep the dog. So, there's not too much that we could go into of the experiences we shared because we never got to keep the dog. But in the future, that's the whole thing. That's what I really want to do different. So again, reflecting on how that interaction went as far as you with nonverbal cues, eye contact, nodding your head, but nothing really direct. I think how did it feel for you on the other end? Did it feel like the story was ever stopping or waiting to move forward?
No, it felt good. I kept on wanting to interject, but then did not.
Okay, so I think that wraps it up for this week. We both saw how the silence can really allow, I think the main point of it is allow for the person who's speaking to go into more depth and more detail, and then the person who is not is doing the active listening. And that'll wrap it up for week 6 role play.